This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Imagination Station, and tonight is balloon science. And we are going to be learning a few different methods of working with balloons and how they attract static electricity and how they use their pressure to move objects. Okay, we'll be learning about Newton's third law of motion. And I am going to have you follow along with our first experiment, and that is going to be static electricity. Does anyone know what static electricity is? Anybody? Okay. So static electricity is the result of positive and negative little charges. It's an imbalance. Hold on, Miss Eileen's getting this. Okay, and the charges build up on a surface, and then they start basically moving about. Okay, so if you rub like certain materials against each other, they're going to cause what's called friction. Okay, and the friction, did anyone ever put on a wool sweater over their head or something and their hair sort of sticks out? Did you ever have that happen in the wintertime? Or if somebody comes up to you close and you get a shock, it's like an electric charge, right? So our first experiment tonight is going to prove that the balloon and rubbing it can cause certain objects to move. Okay, so let me get hold on. Does everyone have their tissue paper? Okay, if you have tissue paper, I would like you to cut out a shape. Okay, I am actually going to make like a little person. So I'm just kind of doing this freehand, and I'm just going to kind of make little legs. If you have that, you can start following along. And I'm going to make their arms and their head. Is everybody with me there? And I'm going to make their other leg now. Whoop, one leg is a little bigger than the other. I'll make that shorter. There we go. Okay, so here is my little person. Okay. And do you have your Scotch tape handy?
Yeah.
Okay, I made another little person before, so I'm going to stick him over here as well. So right now, I am going to show you by putting this down on my table, I am taping my people down to the table, okay? Just a little tiny bit of tape on the bottom of the leg, just a tiny, tiny bit, and I'm going to tape him on the table. And I'm going to do the same with my other little object, my other little person. Tape the leg to the table. Okay? Everybody have that? Okay, tell me when you're ready. Do you have a balloon handy?
Yes.
Okay, is your balloon inflated yet?
Yeah.
Okay, if your balloon is inflated, like Miss Eileen's balloon here, then what I want you to do is now we're going to have, this is the fun part. You're going to grab your balloon and you're going to rub it a lot in your hair, all over your hair. And you're going to build up the static. So look at Miss Eileen's hair. Watch when I pull it away. You can see it attaching to the balloon, okay? Because that is the attraction of the static, right? It's how the rubbing against each other can transfer the negative charges or the electrons between the object, my hair, and the rubber on the balloon. So watch this, okay? So after I got done rubbing, now I'm going to, now watch this. I'm taking my balloon and I'm going to make the little guy stand up. See? Do you like how he's standing up? Look at that guy. They're both, hey, get up, mister. Oh, look at that. They're lazy. Up, there they go. Now I need more static electricity, so I'm rubbing my hair again. And then, woo, see that? Is that neat? Did you guys get it? Look at that. There he is, standing up. One more time. Whoa. Can you guys do that at home? Did you try it? Now that Miss Eileen's hair is a mess, but who cares? No fuss, no muss. Can I have some feedback? Did anyone try that and find it to work?
It worked and it was kind of cool, yeah.
Woo! All right. Give yourself a round of applause. You are a young scientist.
It
Now,
worked.
if you had extra little guys, or if you wanted to make anything, you could make even, like, let's say I wanted to make this. I have some purple. I'm going to make a heart. And let's try it with that. Let's see if Miss Eileen can make a quick little heart here, little purple heart, because purple is my favorite color. So let's see. Okay, and we have my purple heart, and I'm going to tape it on my table, but I'm just going to use a little bit of tape and only on the bottom. So we leave this part free, and let's watch again. So I'm going to be, whoops, rubbing all over my hair. I hope I don't have any cooties in my hair. Okay, ready? And then all of a sudden, let's see. Whoa, see the heart stand up? See it standing up? Woo! All right. Was that pretty neat? So you can try that as an experiment, and you can even show your adults at home and family members how that is done. And what causes the static electricity, right? Did we learn that? The positive and negative charges or electrons, right? Okay. My next fun experiment, which you guys can try at a different time, but we are going to try this tonight. Now, did I ask you to bring along the baking soda?
Yes, you did.
Right. Let's try that one first.
Yeah.
Okay, I actually am going to lay down a little towel, so that way if you get messy, you'll have the towel, okay? So I put my towel down on my counter here. I'm getting rid of my little people. That's going bye-bye. Okay, and now I have my big jug of vinegar, which I got at Costco. And then I have my big thing of baking soda, which I probably also got at Costco. That's not an ad for Costco, but okay. So now what I'm doing is I'm taking an empty water bottle. All right, I took my label off just because I don't like the label on there. And I am going to find an uninflated balloon, okay? So it's deflated, and I'm just going to stretch it out a little bit. Okay, so what we're going to do is, I don't think I added that on your list, but we need a funnel, okay, because we're going to be pouring some baking powder into this little balloon hole. So Miss Eileen is making her own funnel by just, and I'll show you, I'm just going to roll up this little piece of paper into a cone shape. So it's going to look like, did you ever get one of those freezy, icy cones and it comes in that paper cup like that? Or you get a ice cream cone, it's wrapped in paper and it has like a little hole on the bottom, and I could see everybody. Okay, so that is going to be my funnel. So I'm taping it off, and if anyone has a scrap piece of paper around that they can use for a funnel so they don't make a big mess around, okay? And I'll wait a few seconds for you guys to gather your materials. I am taking a cup because I'm going to pour some baking soda into my cup, just maybe about a half a cup, but you're not going to need that much. You can pour it back in the box, whatever you don't need. And I'm taking my little funnel, peekaboo, and sticking it in the top of my balloon. And then I'm taking a teaspoon and I'm going to start adding baking soda into my balloon. I'm just going to do maybe about 3 spoonfuls of baking soda. And I'm going to make sure it's in my balloon. Right now it's stuck in my funnel. I think I have to snip off some of my funnel bottom. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Okay, so let's see if it works this time. It just wants to stay in my funnel, and I have to kind of pat it down so that you feel the baking soda going in. Is everyone with me? Are you making your little funnels?
Yes.
Okay. For some reason, I don't know if the baking soda is not, okay. It seems like my baking soda is like damp or something. So I'm gonna make my funnel bottom a little bigger. Okay, let's see. All right. Okay, I'm still adding in, still adding in. It's kind of getting stuck in the neck of the balloon, so you might have to kind of pull on that balloon and make it go down. Stretch it out. How are you doing? Everybody okay there?
Yep.
Okay, great. Just adding a few, teaspoons of the baking soda. All right. I think I have about 2 teaspoons in here right now. So we're going to try this with this. Okay. So now our next job is to take the vinegar, and we're going to, Miss Eileen, to get the cap off. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, and we're going to pour, I would say about maybe a little over a quarter of the way. We're going to pour our vinegar into the bottle very carefully. Okay, so it's not halfway, but it's at least this, almost halfway, okay? Depending on the size of your bottle. Okay, now here is the very tricky part. What you need to do, okay, what we need to do is we need to flip this balloon over and attach it to the top of this bottle. Okay, but what my trick is going to be is that I am going to actually twist my balloon a couple of times. See that? So that way I grip where it's twisted, and I'm going to try to work my balloon around the bottle top. So see how I'm now pulling that balloon opening and I'm putting it around the top of the bottle. But see, I twisted it so my baking soda would not release yet into the bottle. Everybody with me? How is everybody doing?
Good.
Does everyone, are you up to that part yet?
No.
Okay, I'm going to wait a few minutes. Like I said, once your balloon has the baking soda in it, you are twisting the balloon. So the baking soda is down here and you're kind of holding it right there. And then you will take that bottom part, the mouth of the balloon, and you're going to wrap it over the opening mouth of the bottle. So it looks like that.
Wait.
Ready.
You good? Everybody ready? Everybody ready? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to move my,
We're ready too.
okay, I'm moving my Chromebook back because it's not mine, it's the library's, and if I ruin it, they'll kill me. Okay, so ready? Here we go. I'm going to now pull up my balloon, untwist it, and let's see what happens when the baking soda enters the bottle. See it filling up? Look at this. Woo! Is that cool? It's blowing up the balloon. Is yours doing that? Did that happen to you? Did everyone's
It's
balloon
going
blow
into
up?
the balloon. The vinegar's going into the balloon.
See?
It worked.
Oh my god.
Isn't that cool? It blew up all by itself, right? Does anyone know how it happened? Isn't that a neat project?
Access your camera.
Okay,
Oh, wow.
so what happens is, I'll explain this. The baking soda and vinegar create an acid-base reaction, and the two chemicals work together to create gases in here. So when these erupt, it's almost like looking at seltzer water, right? And you know what happens when you undo the top of a seltzer bottle? Sometimes it explodes,
Share.
right?
Share.
So that's what happened here. The gases
Share.
and they need a lot of room to spread out. Hooray! Yay! Give yourself a round of applause. Excellent. Excellent job. I guess what happened.
It's still fizzing.
I know, mine too. Isn't it amazing? I really love this. So it's the carbon dioxide that ends up getting trapped up here, and that's what's making this fill up. So we didn't blow it up. What did? What blew this up, Mark?
I think it was like it just like fizzing up and then like it just like it's a chemical reaction. It just
Exactly. It's the gases that are trapped and they have nowhere to go. So this is where they ended up going, into our balloon. Excellent job. Give yourself a round of applause. Did it work for everyone? Okay, so now Miss Ilene has one more thing.
wait. What happens if you get the balloon off?
You just tie it?
You can grab it like right here and you can just take it off. It's not going to explode now.
Okay.
I'll do it.
It's not going to explode, but you could just reuse that balloon even.
Oh.
It's kind of like now that we took the balloon away, the gases have
Here, move over, Mom. Mom, move over.
Don't.
Okay.
Lord, no big deal.
It takes so many minutes.
Look, this is the balloon.
I have one more that I'm sharing with you. And this one is something you can do on your own when you have time to spare and you want to have some fun. And you can make a hovercraft. Okay, so what you would need is an old CD. This one I think is from the 80s. We have a bottle cap from a sports bottle that can go up and down. Okay. And I just have tape. You can glue this or you can tape it, but I just have tape. So what I'm doing is I'm going to tape right in the middle my sports cap, and I'm going to tape it on my CD. So this was not on your list. This is a little added experiment that I just added in. And we are going to tape just the bottom, not that little pop-up lid. We want to leave that loose. Okay, and we're just going to leave it loose and we're going to tape the rest down. And then, okay, here's Miss Ilene again. I'm going to be blowing up a balloon. Let's see. I'm stretching it out. It's always good to stretch your balloons before you blow them up. And
You don't have to.
Okay. I'll get a balloon. Get a balloon. Get a balloon.
My nails are-
It's almost like bubble gum. Okay, now I am taking my balloon
What's that for CD?
and now my little lid top here is closed, Mark. See how it's closed? That little lid is closed. I'm taking my balloon and I'll show you. I am going to be gripping it like this, but I'm going to wrap it around the top of the balloon so it stays on just that top part. Okay, so see how I have it just attached to the top opening part? And are we ready for this? Let's see if this works, okay? All right, ready? As Newton's third law says, for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So let's see. The statement means that with every interaction, there's a pair of forces. So let's see if these two forces act to interact together. Let's see. Ready? I'm letting go of my pinched fingers. And now I'm going to open up my lid. There it goes. I have to glide it. Look at that. There it goes. See it gliding? It's like air hockey. Have you ever played air
I
hockey?
need you to hold this together. Hold this.
Hold on. Get that.
Okay, I'm going to try it one more time.
Which does this go through the hole? Let's go. This way?
Yeah, you're going to put the sports cap in the middle and tape it on just the bottom only.
Okay.
Okay, so now if we put this on.
Now make sure you close that top lid. And you want the top lid closed.
Okay, it's closed.
Okay? And that's when you attach the balloon. And once you attach the balloon, you open it up.
Oh,
You gotta put the balloon.
You can't be so rough, mister. Hold it.
Yeah, you have to be very gentle with the opening. That will work.
It's actually moving.
Okay, so now I'm opening my lid.
Let me blow it back out.
Here it goes. It's moving around.
Did it work?
We're almost there. You know, Mark it came off.
I know, but he's doing a great job. Everyone is. I'm so happy you guys could participate.
I'm surprised when you said CDs, kids knew what the CD was.
Well, it's because it's a PlayStation game.
Oh no.
That's the only reason why he knew.
Oh
No,
boy.
Okay, so
Let
now
me
it's
bring this down here.
Can you show us, Mark, your project?
I didn't lift the lid. You lift the top. You do it.
Yeah, let's.
All
And
you
you kind of
do.
have to move it along a little bit. And you can just tap it with your fingers, and you can
Nope,
move it
it's
along.
going on its own.
Woo, all right.
How cool.
Excellent. Very good.
That's cool.
It is, right?
Over time, it deflates.
Yeah, and then you take it off and redo it again. What do you think
That's
this is?
crazy.
So it's just like air hockey. When you play air hockey and the air below is pushing up and letting it glide.
Make the puck
Because
glide.
now you have air between the bottom of the CD and the surface that you were using.
I was impressed that I knew where the cap was.
That's really good. I had to have my son go out and get an extra water bottle before. I was like, can you get me one with the, oh.
It's like one of their old, like, you know, the reusable bottle top, and it was like it came with a pack of 5. So.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I wasn't sure whether I was gluing mine down or not. Very neat.
Very cool.
You have fun?
Yeah. Look, he's gonna.
Doing it again. Well, listen, it's something to keep you busy, right? When you don't have to do schoolwork, you can just fool around with these experiments while you're home.
Very cool. Thank you,
You're
Sabina, for letting
welcome.
me know about this.
Yeah, totally.
Have a great evening, everyone, and please be safe, and we hope to see you back in the library soon.
Yes,
You all-
definitely.
And in case you haven't
Thank
heard,
you. Have a good night.
the ballots are out in the mail for the library, so
Yes.
keep a lookout, okay? Thank you so much.
Thanks again. Have a
We're
great
opening
night.
up soon for books too, so keep an eye on social media. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Take care.
I'm going to explode because I